Yo, what is up? I got myself a Concept 1B and I want to do a reaction video on this ranked rewards tank for 2020. But I came up with this, I saw this video on the portal, and this is what interested me in the video. They were talking about playing with this tank, running a turbo that would increase the specific power of the Concept 1B to 21.8 and maximum speed going forwards 48 kilometers an hour, reverse speed 20 kilometers an hour. Actually, it's going to have more mobility than an M46 pattern, and almost comparable to an Object 430U. So that is what interests me, and that is what today's video is about. And we are going to take this Concept 1B and have a go in it and play a medium tank role. Let's go. Now, if you're new to my channel and you don't know how this works, this is how my reaction videos work. I usually show my first game or my first or second game. In this case, this is my second game in the Concept 1B. The first game had a similar result, but it didn't really portray what I wanted to showcase in this tank. So here we go. This is my second game. I've got the turbos, I've got rammers, and I've got vertical stabilizers mounted on this tank, and I'm gonna play a medium tank role. Now, I got into a really poor spawn on a highway right at the bottom of the map, furthest away from the A line, which is where I wanted to go, which is why you can see the Bad Chat and Projecto 65 beat me by miles, and that's because I was really spawned far away. But if you look at my speed, I can make it up to 48 kilometers, 49 kilometers an hour going forward, which is not too bad. Now, considering that I have 0.36 dispersion, I made that shot there, and the reason why I made that shot there is not because of the 0.36 dispersion, it is because of the 0.13 moving dispersions. Now, the moving dispersions is fairly low for a heavy tank. 0.13, the hull traverse, turret traverse dispersion as well is very low. 0.13, turret traverse 0.08. That makes it really good. Now, if you remembered when I showed you that video where Wargaming suggested you use a turbo, and it gave this tank 21.8 horsepower per ton power to weight ratio. That is a lot better than the stock 20.64, which is already really good for a heavy tank. This tank has 900 horsepower, 900 horsepower. That is really good for a heavy tank. Now, to play this as a heavy tank, I think is a travesty, because the hull armor is absolutely trash. The hull armor cannot be relied to block anything, so that is what I'm not going to use the hull armor for. Now, that being said, it has really good turret armor frontally. Here I am using my speed going down the hill, taking it up to 49 kilometers an hour, going down the hill, trying to bounce shots and rushing the enemy. That is what I wanted to showcase in this tank. I am using the speed that I've gained. It is already a fairly mobile heavy tank, but with the turbos, it gives me that, extra agility and mobility to act like a medium tank. Now, what was I talking about? The armor. Like I was saying, this tank is great for hull down positions. Now, there are two kinds of hull down positions. There are hull down positions where you are on a flat ground, hiding your lower plate from the enemy. That's really good hull down position, but you have a big fat cupola at the back of this skinny turret, which is susceptible to penetrations. So when you are hull down on a flat ground, your hull down position doesn't mean jack shit when you're in this tank, because it is really easy to snipe the back of this turret where the you know, there's a little cupola there, a little bump at the back of the turret or the bustle. So when you are playing hull down on flat ground, I don't think this tank is really good. Now, I've taken 2 shots from this 907 when he was sniping me from a distance. I returned that favor, and now we are 2-1. 2 shots from him, 1 shot from me. I'm gonna get my revenge because I'm gonna get a lot more shots on that 907 later on in the game. But like I was saying, there's 2 kinds of hull down positions. One is on like relatively flat ground where you are hiding your lower plate on rubble or something, you know. That is a good hull down position, but it doesn't make you completely invulnerable. Now, where this Concept 1B shines is in hull down positions like this. You can see I'm using terrain to hull down, which means my hull is actually pointing upwards, and my gun, I'm using the 10 degrees of gun depression to look down, which means my cupola, or you know, the tumor at the back of my turret, is really thin, really slim when I'm facing the enemy. So when the enemy is, when that 907 is looking at me trying to snipe the back of my cupola, the back of my turret where the cupola is, it is really difficult or next to impossible to hit. So when you want to play hull down in the Concept 1B, you are really looking for terrain to hull down. You are looking for a hill to look down in. Now I'm in a terrible position right now because I am alone here. 907 is a 2-shotter, but the T55A is full HP. Again, I've used my mobility once to get into A1 position, and then I used my turbo speed mobility again to rush from A1 down to this position, and now I'm using my speed and mobility again. Why? To get away from danger, because I have lost so many of my teammates. We were leading this game 6-1 earlier on. Now they have caught up 7. Now it's a 7 apiece. I need to run away because I suspect if I was at T55A or the 907, I would gang up against the Concept 1B because they are going to reload something like 8 seconds, 7 seconds, a lot quicker than me. They can rush me down. They can definitely take me on. That 907 might be a 2-shotter, but that T55A is very healthy. And I bounced a shot there, very lucky from that TVP. Fortunately, my teammates there spotted that TVP and managed to finish him off. I'm going to continue on my way. What I'm trying to do is just get away. What do you think of this tank? Leave a comment in the comments section below. Tell Wargaming, do you like to see more of these kind of tanks? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Leave a comment. Wargaming, do pay attention to your comments. Now again, like I said, I was using my mobility, my speed here. The turbo gave me a little bit of more horsepower per ton, gave me a little bit more 4 kilometers an hour more top speed, helped me to escape that situation which I would 100% lose. Now I am going to ping the map and tell that Progetto 65 to watch out for the mid, because I have a feeling that 907 or T55A would rush us now. So I'm pinging on the map telling that Progetto 65 to watch out for that position. Sure enough, just as I guessed, a full HP T55A is there. Fortunately, I think it's that Progetto 65 got some shots on that T55A. I managed to hit him but bounce him because I got the top of his armor there, so I didn't penetrate that shot, and the second shot was a missed shot. That is the problem with Concept 1B in long distances right now, which is around 440 meters, because the T55A is right on the edge of my view range. From 440 meters away, it's kind of difficult to hit your shots. That is because of the 0.36 dispersion. I'm running food, which brings down the dispersion down to 0.34, which is pretty good. but not good enough for those kind of long distance shots. Now what I'm trying to do is try to extend this game. I don't want to die to that T55A, who definitely has the DPM advantage over me. If I were to fight him 1v1, if I don't make my shots, he could out DPM me and kill me, and if he had support from the 907, he could definitely kill me. So what I'm doing here is going back to base. I am making a big circle around my camp, around my base, and what I want to do is take the bridge road. I want to overlook that position where the T55A was. I'm kind of half expecting him to cap us out with the 907, so I just want to make sure that no one is trying to sneak up on us from behind here. Make sure that our base is covered. If I went ahead and joined my team down on the city push, we could leave the base vulnerable to cap, and I wouldn't be able to make it back in time to reset. So I just want to make sure that we button up this game, make sure that we maintain our advantage. So what I'm going to do is just take up this bush position here and overwatch this position. Now I am aware that this building is blocking my view range, or my view on the left side or on the 1-2 line. I am aware of that, but if he did drive up behind me, I could possibly fight him, fight any tank with one shot, because I think the T55A is now a single shot, a one shotter. 907 is possibly a two shotter. If I had to fight two of them at once, I could possibly run around the building or run down this hill, so I wasn't too worried about that. What I wanted to do is just make sure I have overwatch on this open part of the field, make sure that we don't throw this game. So that's exactly what I'm doing. Again, this is only my second game in this tank, so I wasn't hyper aggressive. If I had more experience, played this tank more than 10 times, maybe I would have been a little bit more comfortable and more aggressive in my approach. Sorry about that aeroplane flying over. It happens from time to time, but here I am. The T55A has already been spotted on the minimap, which is why I'm making my way towards the highway. I'm being spotted, so I try to duck down to safety, and a nice shot from the T55A managed to land one on me, took 358 damage, which means now I am a two-shotter, but that T55A paid with his life. He is game over. There are only two tanks left on the enemy team. This was a 14v14, only that 907 and a WZ5A. I think that 907 is a two-shotter. Yes, he is a two-shotter. I have the advantage. This is where I'm going to shine because I have the hull down, just poking over to show my turret, finish off that T55A. Now I can 1v1 the 907, no problem at all. He is preoccupied shooting someone else, so I have the shot on him. All I need to do is make sure I don't shoot his upper plate, which could possibly bounce because it's a 907. I didn't manage to finish him off, someone else finishes him off, and that was the end of the game. Not like the greatest game ever, but 2,275 damage is acceptable, and only my second game. Again, this is my reaction video. Do I like this tank? Yes, I do like it very much. Do I like it more than the Kampfpanzer 50T? I'm gonna rate it together very closely with that Kampfpanzer. The amount of fun you can get from this tank is going to be very close with that Kampfpanzer 50-ton. I hope you enjoyed this video and took some information out of it. I will see you on the next video. Bye bye.